Good afternoon, I'm Anusha Roy. We are finally getting a break from the storms. What a celebration. We had so much rainy weather and the storms over the last couple of days, but today we've got this beautiful blue skies. Taking a live look over downtown Denver, we've got the warm temperatures back as well. We have Lauren Robinson here with us as well, and it's going to be a nice stretch too.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to see a couple of sunny, warm days ahead. We do have more storm chances moving into our Memorial Day holiday weekend, of course. But in the next few days, get out and enjoy the sunny, warm weather because we have it today and then again tomorrow. Right now, let's go ahead and take a look at our current temperatures across the state. We're warming nicely, 60s across the Front Range and Eastern Plains. Some areas even approaching 70 degrees, 68 right now in Greeley as well as down in Lamar. The high country, not too bad either. We're seeing some 40s and 50s there. And then across the western slope, more 60s. Now, as you take a look at our HD Doppler radar, we don't have a whole lot happening over the state. So that's going to continue to give us nice sunny skies throughout the day, maybe partly cloudy overnight. But moving ahead to my 7-day forecast, we're going to talk about those nice couple of days ahead. We're also going to talk more about those weekend storm chances and what your Memorial Day holiday is going to look like. All of that for you just ahead.
So much for that, Lauren. Well, right now, police are investigating a deadly hit and run near 61st and Federal in Adams County. Colorado State Patrol says that call came in around 11 o'clock last night. The officer found the body of a 48-year-old man that seemed to have been hit by a car. Right now, investigators are trying to find information about that car and its driver. If you have any information, you're asked to contact State Patrol. CDOT has shared its plan to get traffic going on the US 50 bridge over Blue Mesa Reservoir. The span between Gunnison and Montrose has been closed for more than a month now. This was after inspectors found cracks. CDOT says the first phase would fix 4 locations on the bridge, hopefully in time for limited traffic to start moving by July 4th. Once those repairs are finished, CDOT will focus on its efforts to permanently repair and bring the bridge back to its original standards. CDOT anticipates allowing traffic back on the bridge during those times with the goal to get full loads on by the fall. Rocky Mountain National Park says Trail Ridge Road will not be opening for the holiday weekend. The park says ongoing and forecasted winter weather at higher elevations is keeping it from opening. Crews have been plowing the road since mid-April, but storms this month have definitely slowed down their progress. In less than an hour, pro-Palestinian protesters at DU say that they are going to be meeting with campus leadership. We're still waiting for confirmation from the university at this point. We are long past a 9 p.m. deadline from last night to clear that encampment out. The university had asked protesters to voluntarily do so. They did not listen, and that encampment is still there. This morning, we did see a couple of campus security officers around, which campus security said was typical, and staff from the university were also checking on students. We're also hearing from one of the student leaders.
For the first time, people on campus have the opportunity to see across their boundaries that are set up by the school itself. For the first time, people from the law school, the psychology school, social work, math, engineering, they're able to see who actually aligns with their values here on campus. And it has become a hub for people to actually practice free speech.
The university said while they do support free speech, they also said over the last several days they've become increasingly concerned about the safety of their campus community and that there has been a sharp increase in reports of discriminatory and harassing behavior from individuals both inside and outside the encampment. While student protesters are also saying that they don't always feel safe. The protesters are hoping for movement today towards disclosure about investments tied to Israel and divestment, plus more protections for student protesters. Meanwhile, some faculty members at Auraria are calling for an end to what they are calling retaliation from the campus towards students. They say student protesters have gotten disciplinary letters, suspensions, and many are facing criminal charges. The protesters' encampment took over the Auraria campus for weeks, and then in a statement last week, Auraria officials say the protests cost the campus $290,000 between damages, canceled event, and other costs. Now, amid all of these protests, the Biden administration is now pushing back against a move from 3 European countries to recognize a Palestinian state. A White House spokesperson said President Joe Biden believes a Palestinian state should be recognized through negotiations and not through unilateral recognition. That comes after Spain, Norway, and Ireland announced that plans to formally recognize the state of Palestine, joining 140 other nations that have already done so. Shortly after that announcement, Israel Israel recalled its ambassadors from all three of those countries. Denver's ballpark district has seen a lot of changes in the last year, especially when it comes to safety. And at one point, it had one of the largest encampments of people experiencing homelessness in the city. That made it really hard for some businesses to keep their doors open. Back in October, Triangle Bar had to shut down after decades. The LGBTQ plus establishment was a staple for the area, but the owner cited health and safety concerns because of homeless encampments. Since Mayor Mike Johnston's House 1000 initiative, the board chair of Ballpark Collective says that there have been some improvements.
Well, I think I have PTSD from it. I almost left the neighborhood in 2022 because I wasn't seeing hope for the neighborhood, and I thought about selling it all and just moving and traveling and doing something else. But because of the people that are coming together, I feel like there's hope for the neighborhood.
Right now, the district is working with city officials to make additional improvements. Also happening right now, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers is flushing the Cherry Creek Dam. This is a part of the annual maintenance to clear out sediment so the gates can operate efficiently and then reduce flood risk. Water levels will be higher in Cherry Creek because of this, so you might see some minor flooding at low-level points. Officials are stressing the public should not try to cross or access the creek today. The flushing will stop at 2 p.m., but it's going to take about another 6 hours after that for the final flows to reach the Champa Street Bridge downtown.